Welcome back to a new edition of 3 Up, 3 Down podcast. I'm your host, Brian Hunter, and I have a very special co-host this week, Mr. Commissioner Cameron Smith.
No, not the co-host. I'm taking over.
You are going to be taking over this one a little bit.
I'm the host today.
I'm the captain again.
Guess who's back?
So, obviously, done 20-plus episodes, being the host and everything this season. Got only one episode to where I get to be questioned. I mean, besides the little end segment pieces and stuff, looking at you, Sam Skibby, putting me on the spot. But, because this is our championship preview episode, Cam's going to step in. And since, my Thunderbirds were lucky enough to make it, rightfully owned and earned, and fought through a gauntlet to get there. So we're going to let Cam kind of take the reins here and kind of have a little fun. So before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe and smash that bell. That way you're, alerted for everything MO WIFF and what comes by and what comes through, because we're going to have a lot of different content coming in a lot of different times as we wrap up here season 5.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming. So especially with some news you'll hear at the end of this, you make sure you want to subscribe so you know when all that stuff's coming.
Yeah, for sure. But with that being said, let's hit the intro.
All right, and now we are joined by the captain of the Purge, Tom Wilkerson. Tom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. First off, congratulations. First championship appearance coming up this Thursday for the Purge. How does that feel? Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, it has sunk in. We actually were probably as shocked as everyone else that we were able to score a run on James Klein. So
yeah, I'll tell you, that was, I was almost shocked in the booth. Like, I just kept saying Pat's name because I didn't know what else to say. It hadn't happened all year. We'll definitely get into that game here in a minute. But, yeah, first off, just congratulations.
Thanks.
How is the guys doing? Are they excited for Thursday? Is everyone going to be there?
Yeah, we'll have a full team. Well, everyone will be there. Everyone's excited. Like I said, we really weren't planning for it. So, everyone was just a little shocked after the game was when you came in the dugout. You were telling us that, hey, everyone be here a little early. We still hadn't sunk in yet that we were going to play. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. No, it is fun to see. It's also fun to see two brand new teams in the championships. Like, no matter what happens, we're getting a brand new winner here. Which, as a league commissioner, it's always fun to see new teams get in, new teams win. So this is gonna be a very fun matchup. But this little segment here is just all about you guys, all about the Purge. You guys have definitely earned this spot. Back-to-back division titles in your only 2 seasons. I know you guys started as the Empire a few years ago, but I don't really count that for you guys because once you took over in that season, your first season with the Empire, and then in the offseason, you guys changed the logo with the Purge, and it was kind of a whole new kind of roster anyway. So really the last 2 years, and we'll start with last year, you guys had a 10-7 record. You won first place in the division and had a 1-2 playoff record. So lost to the Archers in that first round. Did that kind of spark anything off-season wise as to what you guys needed to do to get over into this year and get over that hump?
No, I feel like you almost have to go back to the year we took over the Empire. I made a lot of trades that year, if you remember, which helped set us up for a good draft the next year, which we were fortunate to draft Pat Ballman last year. So, Pat's a difference maker. He's somebody that every team would love to have, and he's, as we say, in Pat we trust. It's
why not?
It's pretty simple. We don't win that last series without Pat. We all know that. So he's a game changer. But if you want to really point to when things changed for us, it was probably when we started realizing we could hit this year as a team.
Yeah.
We knew last year that we played good enough to be in the series, but not good enough to win it. And we were without Pat. and Colin really stepped up last year for us, but we just didn't have that oomph to win Game 3 against the Archers. And this year, we felt like we did with Pat being able to play. But, we still haven't won the division in the way I'd like to win it.
I mean, you say that, but, we look at it, last year you started the season 6-5, and then you tallied off 6 straight wins to win. I know there was some controversy at the end, but, I mean, you guys still finished the season with 6 wins. And then you did it again this year, 7 straight wins to end the season. I mean, something has to click and something has to change midway through the season where you guys are like, hey, our backs are against the wall. Let's go all out. Even, it has resulted in division wins, but this is also just, you guys are hot in the second half of the season, back-to-back years.
Yeah, we're fortunate. We haven't had health issues like a lot of teams have. The arms have always been strong in the second half, which is important, as you know.
Yeah.
So we've been lucky enough to have that. And for whatever reason, we've hit well in the second half of both seasons.
Yeah.
And when I say we haven't won the division the way I want to win it, it's that this league's got so much parity.
Yeah.
That you go up there and you play the Kings, and we're lucky to get a split. And then somehow we sweep the Archers in regular season. I mean, it's just, you don't know what you're going to get. So you're right. In one way, you're right. You win 7 in a row, it's doing something in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to do. Anytime you can win, I even say it's hard to win 4 games in a row. Sometimes it's hard to win 2. Like you said, in a single night, you're getting anyone's best players. Anything can happen. Anything can change. You might not have a guy available. Literally anything can happen any night. So it's hard to even tally off a couple wins in a row, let alone 6 and then 7 in back-to-back years. That's pretty impressive, no matter how you look at it.
Thanks.
But let's talk about the playoffs real quick. Last year you guys lost to the Archers, heartbreaking Game 3. This year was, I think, one of the best series I think I've ever seen with you guys and the Archers again. We knew it was going to be good going in. We kind of almost got very similar games, or series going 3 games again. First game, James Klein hits the home run off of Pat Bauman, Pat's first run he's given up all year. Did that kind of shake your guys' confidence at all? I know you guys said you weren't really expecting to be here and expecting to be playing here, but anytime you have him, you can bounce back. But after seeing Pat give up his first run, knowing you're going to have to see James again, did that kind of affect things at all, or did you guys still remain confident? So,
truthfully, I didn't think Pat had his best stuff in that game. I felt like he was throwing mid 80s, high 80s, and his admission was that he was just going to settle in because he knew it could be a long game, kind of like the Thunderbirds game against Mojo. And I didn't really disagree with that strategy. And then he somehow got to the 5th inning before he gave up his first run. I thought the way they were hitting the ball in that game that it wasn't going to make it that far. They were hitting everything he threw, and he wasn't overpowering anybody. And he was having trouble throwing strikes, which is not normally Pat's.
Yeah, Pat doesn't walk up guys.
No. So was I shocked that they scored a run on him? Not as probably shocked as I should have been. I just felt like all night it could happen at any point. Between Rory, the way Rory hit the ball in that series, the way Cochran has hit the ball the last 2 series.
Yeah.
Jay Rich, dangerous. I mean, I think that's one of the most dangerous lineups in the league.
And they were definitely hot into that playoffs too. And I'll give you big time credit too, because you kind of said this all year long. That extra fielder is super important, and it was in that game especially.
Yeah.
You guys had, Tony was hitting line drives right at guys. It seemed like you had guys everywhere in the field, perfectly positioned right where they were going to hit the ball. So whether that's good scattering report or luck or just having that extra fielder, no matter what it was, that was impressive. And that just goes to show you, a lot of these teams, have batted 4, and you guys even switched to that in Game 3. Was that planned, or was that a last minute thing?
No, I will say this, that using the 5 fielders or the 4 fielders in that first game wouldn't have been effective if we wouldn't have put our people in the right spots. Yeah. And you really you do that better than any coach. As you know, you always position your guys before the pitch. I notice it. Everyone notices it.
Yeah.
And it's critical. It's critical defensively. So when we got there night 1, what we talked about was, hey, these guys hit the ball up the middle a lot. if you ever watch Rory, he doesn't pull the ball much, and he doesn't hit it to right field, and everything he hits is between short and second. So we made the decision. Cochran not so much, but with Pat throwing, we felt like he might be a little late. So we put our two middle fielders literally 2 steps from second base, and we got lucky. We were in the right spot a lot in that game.
Yeah,
so,
it really worked out.
Yeah, so going to game 3, I was really, really nervous on going to 4 hitters because had we only had 4 hitters in game 1, we would have gotten beat a lot worse. And they proved they could hit Pat. They should have had the confidence. I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, to hit Pat in game 3. So I talked to the guys. I said, here's what we're going to do. I mean, I didn't bat in that series, and it bothers the heck out of me. But it was, I mean, you got to let the kids play. So, I'm saying, hey, if we're not going to bat 5, and we're only going to bat 4, you guys better be ready to play defense because if they put the ball in play, we're not going to have fielders where we normally do. So it was a risk. Yeah. But then on the other side of it, we're going to get Pat up to the plate a few extra times, and which is the style you play. I know you guys bat 4 a lot. Get your extra hitters and bat. So, yeah, the strategy worked out for us. It makes me look like a genius. The truth of the matter is we did map it out well, and it worked out.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Credit to you. I mean, you definitely made all of the moves. But I mean, you've proven that all year long by making these decisions and making these moves. So it's nothing new for you guys. It's definitely just been trusting in what you've done all season to get you to this point, and it did work out well. Even Rory even said it in game 3. He said, "Man, that ball was just jumping out of Pat's hand." And that's another thing too. If you have a guy like that on the mound, you might not need that extra fielder because it's so strikeout heavy. But one guy I do want to talk about too is that game 2 was big. You're down 1-0. You give the ball to Caleb. I know anybody was, coin flip if you wanted to start Caleb or Colin. First off, what was the decision and who to start there? And then what an absolute decision it was because Caleb looked like Caleb of old and absolutely shut down a lineup that not many people have been able to lately.
Caleb sparked this whole comeback for us.
Yeah.
He had we won by just a run, maybe we didn't have the confidence going in game 3, but Caleb is easily the ace of the staff. Mainly the reason we pitched Pat in game 1, and I think I just need to tell my reasoning behind it is that Pat can pitch 9 innings and not walk batters, and we felt like that Klein game could go 8 innings or 9 innings. So that's our strategy.
A run all year. So I mean, that was definitely. I mean, I think everyone kind of thought Pat was going to start, but I mean, you have 3 guys that could be ones on the team.
So going into the series, I told Colin straight up. I said, "Here's the deal, bud. You should probably get to start a game, but you're not. You're going to be in relief, and you're going to be big for us batting in the 2-hole." So, he understood. He's a team player, and he was cool with it. Colin's going to start game 1 in the World Series. So, here's a guy that could have pitched any game last series, and we didn't go with him. So, but he's going to come out and start game 1. So.
Yeah, I love that. And like I said, you got 3 guys that could all be aces, and at any point they can come out and they could get you wins. They've proven that. Man, that's going to be fun. I always enjoy watching all 3 of those guys pitch.
Let's go back to this game 2, though, because I want to give Caleb his due.
So
Caleb was the best I've seen Caleb all year for us.
Absolutely. I agree.
Archer said the same thing. He mixed his pitches up well, and he threw harder than he's thrown in a while. Didn't seem like his arm hurt him much, which is something that's kind of been a lingering issue for him throughout the year. I mean, if you notice, his innings were way down on the season, and he's been there all year. So that's not normal. You know how it is. These guys come to pitch.
Oh, yeah.
If Colin Caleb had the opportunity to pitch every single game, every week, I mean, that's why they're there. And when they're not pitching, they're mad. So, but at the end of the day, we kept Caleb healthy by not pitching him much, and it paid off because we needed that game 2 win worse than anything.
And you've seen that come into play in years past where guys have thrown all year long and they get to the championship, they're out of gas. And now you have multiple guys that have plenty left in the tank. So it's a smart move.
That's right.
But yeah, Caleb was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, yeah, you guys don't win the series if Caleb doesn't come in there and do what he did. And speaking of Caleb too, he is one of only two guys in this championship series that has not only been to the championship but has won a championship in this league. Has anybody reached out to Caleb about what the kind of expectations are, anything like that, or is he kind of your leader here going in since he's been here before, or is it more just we're a team and we're just focused on
No, I think it's a good question. So when we won that last game again, I got to tell you, we didn't expect to win that game. So you would normally not hear this from someone, but all of our guys said the same thing. The feeling going into that game was that probably was it for us. I mean, there's no way that you expect to beat Klein in that game. So, and he pitched great in that game. He did. If you go back and look at the ball Pat hit, it shouldn't even have been hit. So
that was a great pitch too.
Yeah. So anyway, we didn't have a lot of time to gather ourselves, but after the game was over, the first thing I said was, "Hey, buddy, you've got a ring." And he's like, "Yeah, this will be my second." So Caleb knows how important it is. And Caleb, if we're going into this thing, all three guys are going to get a start. Colin, Caleb, Pat, 1, 2, 3. And hopefully we don't need to use anybody in relief. But I like using Caleb in that middle game, that decisive game, because he's as good as it gets, man.
Yeah, absolutely. He's big time in these big time situations for sure. So let's kind of wrap this all up and let's talk about Thursday for a second. I mean, first championship appearance for you guys, and it's a big one. I mean, season 5, so the stakes are high. This is kind of like one of those monumental seasons. We're at a point where every team in the league could be here, and you guys are here. You guys have outlasted every other team. What is going to be the key for you guys to ultimately hold that championship at the end of the night on Thursday?
We've got to get more than, ultimately we got to get more than Pat Ballman to hit. Colin looked overwhelmed at the plate. He's got to figure it out. He's capable of hitting anybody in the league. He's proven it. But he's got to put the bat on the ball. Caleb's got to put the bat on the ball. You got to see something from Zach Gunn, who Zach's had a really good year.
Yeah.
Like we talked about, you'll think this is funny, and this is the last I'll talk about this series that we just had. So we faced Klein the first time, and we didn't swing the bat. And then you got to the 4th inning, and Klein's throwing strikes. And then when we decided to be desperate and start swinging, he could throw a strike anytime he wanted. So when we got there that night, we said, look, we're going to swing. I don't care if it's ugly swings, good swings, bad swings, swing the bat and hit. So I don't know that paid off much. But when we go into this next series, and you're facing Brody and you're facing Foss and maybe Dom, I don't know. But we're going to swing the bat. That paid off for us in the last series, maybe just with one guy. But you really can't score in this league if you don't hit. Yeah. And we're not going to walk our way to a victory, most likely, against those guys.
Not against these guys, that's for sure. Don't walk a whole lot of people.
Right. So, so strategy going into this series is going to be what you saw in the last game, which is a lot of swings and good pitching, and hope that we've got more horses than they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a very fun, very exciting series, just like this whole playoffs has been. I mean, honestly, you could flip a coin. I mean, you guys have two of the top 2 pitching staffs in the league, and you got guys at the plate that can easily step up at any time. Tom, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I'm super, super excited for Thursday. Congratulations on getting to this point so far, and good luck on Thursday as well.
Yeah, Cam, I just want to say something too from everyone in the league. You do a hell of a job as a commissioner. This league has grown since I've been there for 3 years, and none of this could be possible without you, man. We appreciate your effort, and when everyone sees this final product of the championship, it's your design. We just all pitch in and help, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I really appreciate that. It's a group effort, that's for sure. I can't do this by myself, and I appreciate all of you guys and you especially, Tom. I can't thank you enough.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Well, thank you, and I'll see you on Thursday.
All right, bro.
All right.
See you.
Good luck. All right, Brian. What's up? First off, congratulations.
Hey, man, it's I still haven't settled. It still hasn't sunk in yet, right? Kind of knowing just how hard we fought, and we had that good run in the middle of the season, and then I'm not saying stumbled in, but we definitely didn't finish the way we necessarily might not have wanted to, but we got here and had to go through a gauntlet to get here. But Bro, I'm glad to be here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've only been there a few times, and like it's hard to remember that feeling, but I'm sure it's got to be a lot different for you guys now, especially the route that you guys had to take. A lot different from the first couple of years of the league.
Yeah,
Not saying
sure.
that nothing against earlier championships for anybody, but there's a lot of really good players in this league now, and so it's definitely got to be a good feeling. But man, are you ready for Thursday? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, couple days away.
I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of prep, and then you write things in pencil, and then it's like scratch it out, and then write something else in pencil. It's like, and then you start getting the pen out, and then you're like, scratch the paper and go back to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long week.
Yeah.
I know every day is gonna feel like it's 2 days.
Yeah.
But once we get there, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Very excited for the series. Thunderbirds Purge. I mean, both from the National League, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But let's talk about Thunderbirds history first off. I know this is your first season as manager, so pretty cool that you're the first time manager bringing a team to the championship. That's pretty good. I mean, it helps with having a couple of guys that you've drafted along the way, and a couple of guys that Andrew has drafted. I mean, really,
Most of the guys Andrew drafted.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like I made the comment the other night after we won. I looked at Andrew. I go, "This is your team." I go,
Yeah.
"All we did was jointly draft Brody. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it."
And I mean, that was kind of a very simple pick there. I mean, you guys already had the team in place, so you didn't have to think about any decisions. Especially with him being part-time early on in the season with the move, it was a very easy.
Yeah.
Cool. He fits right in. We can hold the fort down until he gets here, which you did.
Yeah.
But going back, 2022 first season as the Thunderbirds, when Andrew took over in season 2, they were 13-4, won the division. Not many people know this. A lot of people give the Mambas trouble for never winning a playoff series. Thunderbirds have never won a playoff series either. 2022, they had the bye, but they lost in that second round. Go to season 3, they were 12-5, first place in the division again, so they get a bye, get bounced in that second round again. Last year, 8-9, just missed out on the division, lost in the first round of the playoffs. What was different about this year, even though you guys finished second in the division?
Right.
But what was the difference in getting that first playoff series victory? And you can't say Brody.
I mean, obviously, I can't say Brody, because of the fact Brody was an unknown commodity coming in, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, Brody's been a big reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Why we're here, all right? Let's call a spade a spade. But, I mean, I think you get the experience in those years. Vogler's been there before.
Yeah.
He's taken some valuable bets. Willenbrink has only ever been a Thunderbird, so he's been part of this and kind of seen it. Dom and Spencer's last year, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So they got to see it. So another year of growing and developing.
Andrew has a championship.
And Andrew's been there. He's got a trophy in it, in his closet, in his trophy case. But so it comes down to use that experience and just the team stays humble. Yeah. All right. And so it's Andrew did a great job building this team. All I did was draft Brody, like I said. Yeah. So I mean, that was it. That was a team. It was a team decision, no brainer. Yeah. But it's going to be one of those things where it's just our calm, cool, collected, laid back. Let's go out and have fun. At the end of the day, wiffle ball's a game. Yeah. And games are meant to be fun. Little Roy Kent quote there.
Yeah, it's always fun on the championship night too. Like.
Yeah.
I look back at, some of the videos I've watched, getting ready, prepping for this one, and you see the difference in each team that has kind of won. You can tell how much fun they're having pre-game, during the game. It makes a huge difference, and that really comes together and really shows once these games get played.
Yeah, and I think this series because it's two teams that literally have fun, hanging out and talking with each other, right? Yeah. And I'll tip the cap, and I think, with just the different personality types, where you have, the Calebs, the Collins, they like to, joke around and have a good time before a game. But the minute it's play ball, it's locked and loaded.
Yeah.
The same as with us. kind of try and keep things lighthearted. Maybe a little bit more business mode, before the games than what the purge are. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, when it says play ball, everybody's 100%. You're getting their best shot every time.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you guys went through a gauntlet to get here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because it very, very tough road to the championship series. You start off with the Mambas, and in game 1, Brody gets a loss.
Yeah.
Is there panic in the locker room there, or is it, well, we still have Foss, and then we get Brody again. We still feel comfortable. We still trust how we can get there. But that proved that he was human, and that Mambas team, no slouch. Bunch of good players on that team, bunch of good hitters, and that was a tough series. Even it came down to a sac fly that just barely missed.
Dude.
I mean,
that series had 2 sac flies in it. 2 sac flies in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, to be fair, I mean something you don't see a lot, and I mean they were, screw it, call it, see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just throw shit to the wind and you look and see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's no panic. Obviously, it's one of the things where Brody's going to come back game 3, right?
Yeah.
In that series, and in all reality, it's as simple as looking at him going, they're going to have to beat you twice, and that's something that's going to be tall tale.
Yeah.
So so then we look at it. Is the pressure on us in that situation? No, it's not, because I mean we're just going to have to go out there and do what we do.
Yeah.
And I mean that's kind of what it was. I mean that homer that almost said Chandler.
Caden.
But that Caden hit. I mean Chandler called it. All right, he called it. He literally texted me that it was going to happen that day. And I mean, it was the funniest thing in my head because in the moment I was like, shoot. But then I just kind of smirked. And I mean, smirked and everything that way. And was like, he called it. He called it. It happened. But it's that elephant brain mentality or that goldfish mentality. Not elephant brain, elephants remember things. Goldfish mentality, just forgetting about it. Because guess what? It happened. We can't change it.
Yeah.
We move on. Spencer went out there and threw a gem game 2.
Yeah.
And then Brody came and shut the door in game 3.
Yeah. It was a very fun, very intense series. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Hats off to Foss coming in there in game 2, shutting the door. Bats got going. Andrew played a good series at the plate.
Yep.
I think that kind of turned things too. Even in game 1, had that homer, didn't really come through meaning anything at the end of that game, but still you saw the way he was hitting the ball. Just carry his confidence through the rest of your guys' lineup too. But you get through the Mambas, and then you get the defending champs, the defending champion Mojo, and maybe it was tough to get the guys from far end to come out for game 1, but you still get Sam Skibby game 1. I mean, and Jordan started the game, and Jordan I felt he kind of looked.
Jordan was back in bulldog mode.
Yeah, and I was a little bit surprised that they pulled him and went to Sam, and they still had Jackson there too. But obviously, you've seen Sam's numbers the past year, even this year. He's pitched very well, and he was pitching great in that game. 1 pitch and extra innings to Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
how big was that? From not only him, but also from Foss pitching that game, too.
Oh, dude. Anytime Foss touches the ball, I feel like magic's going to happen. I mean, I will say that from the beginning. And, it's one of those things. He was the opening day starter. He was, the one we went on the mound, in those situations. And, it's easy to say no one better, right? When trying to motivate, trying to keep motivated.
And that's a good lineup, too.
It seems like for the situation at hand, for us this year, has always been no one better for that situation than in that situation.
Correct.
It's just the cookie has crumbled. All right, the Cinderella story of that has continued, but at the same time we back it up. Right, it's not like it's a fluke that we're here.
Oh yeah.
All right, it's we've played defensively. We've played the team. I feel like as a team we take some damn good at bats, and sometimes we put the ball in play, sometimes it's not. But that's just the way it goes. So it's just, the one thing that I say about that I not even say, but I think about is it's a mild godsend, or it definitely played in our favor that we had game 1 of that series against the Mojo, it was only going to be one game that night.
Yeah. That makes it. I think it does make a big difference. But like I said, no matter the situation, the Mojo have shown that they've been in those situations before and they've dealt with them and won and gotten through those. But that lineup, even without Gus and Connor, still a very good lineup. They didn't have Jordan in game 2, but they had him in game 1, and it was Sam, Jordan, Jackson, and Q. I mean, pretty good lineup in game 1 still. I mean, any combination of that Mojo lineup, your pitcher's got to be on. You cannot take anything off. So even the game went to extras. Yeah. So, I mean, you knew that was going to be a dogfight, and then, come away with the extras. That grand slam was huge in the top half of the inning. Really gave the cushion.
Just the other way, too. Just was running away. And I mean,
it's where Andrew hits the ball.
Dude, he hit the ball to all sides of the field. But, as much of a pool hitter as I am, he's definitely the other way.
That's his sweet spot.
Dude, I loved it. When he hit that, I mean, it was just like you hear the crack of the bat, close your eyes and be like, you hear it. And I was like, just a line drive. Just beautiful, majestic line drive.
I love how the entire team mobbed him. And Andrew just does Andrew. Yeah. He's just like, yeah, whatever. Cool. It's hit a grand slam, no big deal.
I mean, and humble. That's what I'm saying. That's the mentality, right? This team takes the mentality of its leaders, right? Yeah. And I mean, me, I'm a vocal guy. I'm an extrovert extraordinaire, right? Yeah. This team they're not full of them, but I'll tell you what, they got fires that burn bright.
Yeah.
They got, it's like I don't do mound visits. I don't overcoach. I don't overdo anything, right? When you got players like Brody, like Foss and stuff that way, or you got a field general, like Andrew, that can come in, or, the field captain, however you want to say it. I still call him captain. So, it kind of handles that stuff. Everybody kind of just the right things are said at the right times where things need to be reset.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that just happens. But God damn it, when he hit that grand slam, everybody started screaming, hooping, and hollering. I mean, you even see Coach K get in the home.
She was definitely in
that one. God, it's been a long, windy road that's straightened out. For what we know what we got to do, and I mean, it's just if anything made us stronger.
Yeah, and then you go to game 2, and you get the tough task of Connor Jaso. What a matchup between him and Brody. We kind of figured that was going to be the case going in.
Yep.
We had kind of been hyping it up, behind the scenes with a few people, and it delivered on every aspect. That was a really fun game to watch. I mean, you can hear in the broadcast, me and Sam both. I mean, I was sitting on the edge of my seat.
By the way, I will say this, that I haven't watched the whole game because it just makes me pucker up still, even though I know the outcome.
Yeah.
But just listening to the innings and stuff that way, excellent broadcast between the two of you.
I had so much fun.
It was excellent.
I had so much fun
with
Sam.
It was one of those things that was like, all right, this is it's the little things for me that make me giddy, that make me, chuckle, that some people don't think are funny or don't think, but I mean, that's just how I stay loose. But it was like, listen to that. I was like, dude, this is just fun. And it just reminds me how much of this game is fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it was fun for us to just sit there and watch, and even though there wasn't a lot of action, we go 8 innings. I want to say second longest game in MO WIFF history. I know we've had at least one 9-inning game. Andrew was a part of that one. He was a pitcher in that one.
Dude, I was like, if this game goes 9 innings, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, it's.
I'm like, I can't handle this. Like, I turn into a spectator still at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, what a game. Brody and Jaso both just looking unbelievable, unhittable. They were unhittable. They were for the most part.
There wasn't a hit. Yeah, I mean, in either game.
Yeah, I mean, hard to even make contact. I mean, there was a few, but foul. But
right.
Foss steps in there in that last inning and takes that big walk. I mean, that's a huge pressure situation, even as a hitter. You want to get the big hit, you want to do it, but sometimes just not swinging sometimes works out. Fun to see Foss be the guy because he's the 4th hitter in the lineup. so much is talked about Brody and Dom and Andrew as the hitters. For Foss to get that moment to get them to the championship,
Yeah.
and he does it not only on the pitching side and from game one, but now as a hitter side. Was that fun for you to see him in that situation?
I mean, yeah. I dude, I mean, it's, Foss has had some big at-bats this year.
Oh, yeah.
Not only in league play, but, playing in tournaments, stuff that way. So it's easy to put him in the lineup. You look at the stat sheet, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about taking good at-bats. And, the selfless there.
Yeah.
Is a couple pitches there they could maybe early on in the season to see swinging at. Yeah, probably. Or if
there's a lot of pitches
the
in that at-bat, a lot of people are swinging at.
Yeah, I had a good morning, good afternoon, good night for me. I mean, I would have been amped up, but no, I mean, just that trust. You got to trust in it. And I mean, as much as you'd love to win it with the hit, all right. And I know you go back, you watch those at bats with Brody and with Dom and with Andrew. They wanted the hit.
Oh yeah.
They wanted the hit, but you just could tell that it was getting there.
Yeah.
And it was just, it just happened. And when it happened, I mean, I couldn't believe it happened.
Yeah.
It was like, that's how this game ends? I mean,
it is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for how the game ends, but hey,
somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
That's how the cookie crumbled.
Yeah.
So
you beat the defending champs. Now you go on to face your former team.
Yeah.
You played for the Purge last year.
Yep.
How fun is this? Have you even thought about that aspect? And how are you kind of thinking about that aspect going into Thursday?
So after that game, me and Tom had a brief moment together, and I said, it's kind of fitting. I go that it's we're still together because we talked about it a lot last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, in all reality, we finished 3 feet from going there last year. And being the reason why, being the the one that hit the ball that dropped and finished at the wall that would have put us there, it was one of those mild surreal moments, but I kind of joke, I go, see, you didn't need me to get there, you're there yourself.
Yeah.
I go, who cares? Patty's batting like the best player on the planet right now, but we talked about it for a moment, just kind of let's see what it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun because we played them, first game of the season. We got the win in game one, in the solo game. But then they swept us during the series.
And that's a crazy thing, too, because you guys played a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was very beginning of the season. Was it your first 3 games against them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, a whole season length of games, they haven't seen Brody.
Right.
There's been a lot of development in a lot of different players as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even on their side, too. So, this is really going to be a fun series because, a lot of times, like you saw, you see playoff matchups and they're like, well, we just played these guys.
Yeah.
So, there's a little bit of a different aspect there. But, like, this literally couldn't have been farther apart from beginning of the season till now. Makes it a lot more fun and a lot more unpredictable because you haven't seen each other face to face.
That's a very true statement. I'll go back to our semifinal series.
Yeah.
Taking 2 games back to back from the Mojo. That sets, if confidence wasn't already going, it's going.
Yeah.
And now, and like I said, it's the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Round 1, you got to go against that offense of the Mambas, right, in that wild card round. Then you got the defending champs that on any given night
can beat you.
could either could beat you. That could have been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And now you get to go see you get a trip to get to see Pat on the Pat.
Yeah.
And
and
Colin and
guys.
Caleb.
Yeah.
And I mean it's like one of those things that's like the conversation was at the beginning of the year was does the Purge have the best 1-2-3 punch combo of
Correct.
pitchers?
Yep.
Where does Foss and Brody end with Dom and Andrew and everything as well? Well, and it's just one of those things where it's the pitching is there, and it's going to be an electric series. In all reality, I don't think it's going to be. Runs are going to be at a premium, so
Correct.
It's going to have to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, just like your series with Mojo, I mean, those are both games extra innings.
Yeah.
I mean, with these two pitching staffs, could be more of the same. I'm hoping for some fireworks because that's
see
fun.
some fireworks.
As a commissioner, I want to see runs scored. Well, I don't care who it is. I have no rooting interest. I just want to see fun, good game. But also, as a pitcher, I love watching a gem.
Yeah.
And like that's exciting. A lot of people think it's boring. I don't. I enjoy those type of games. But man, I'm really am looking for Thursday. Anything from your aspect as the captain? Have you said anything to the guys? Are you plan on saying anything to the guys getting ready for this game, or you guys just kind of all know what's expected and you're ready to go?
I mean, the conversations will be the exact same we had, because at the end of the day, it's just it's another game. All right, so we're not gonna, we're gonna do this special, we're gonna do that special. No, there'll be some ceremonious items, that'll be different. I don't think it'll affect our prep at all, just because of the fact of prep can be done beforehand, and we can get through that. But it's the same conversations we're going to have.
Yeah.
It's the same conversations we have had. I'll check in on Tuesday. I'll text them all right, who's going to be there Thursday? Everybody's going to tell me they're going to be there. And I'm like, all right, cool. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Pretty much, talk about who we're going to start with starting pitcher. Ask them what color jersey we want to wear. They're going to say it. They'll tell me. I'll post an icon literally responding. And when people say they're there, I always thumbs up it.
Yeah.
And then whenever somebody, I ask pitcher what color we wearing, they're gonna tell me. I'm gonna post a picture of the jersey, or because I have them stickers on my phone.
You mean Dom's not gonna wear the opposite jersey?
Dude, that's
Thursday.
That's still one of the best highlights of the season for me.
Yes.
I think about that all the time. But then we're gonna build the lineup, and we're gonna build it out right, and with the order and what we got, and
yeah,
we're just gonna go in and get it.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Again, congratulations and good luck on Thursday. Like I said, I have no rooting interest. I'm looking forward to it, to a good matchup from both you guys. And I know you and Tom are going to have fun with this. You guys
it's
so close together last year.
It's going to be fun.
And now you get to go against each other here in this one. So
I got a feeling it's going to be a little chirpy.
That's more fun.
A little chirpy, and I mean a little chirpier than what we've had so far this year.
No, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be awesome, and sure. I'm excited. So good luck.
Yep. All right, with that, Cam's gonna be right back.
Yeah, I'll stick around for a minute, and I'll bring us home.
I will.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of the night, and I just want to kind of go over a few things with everybody to kind of what to expect from our championship series. This is going to be a big one, and it'll be a little bit different from the rest of our season and our playoffs. We've done our live streams all year long, which have been fantastic. We've loved that. But with the championship series, we want to bring you something a little bit better. We need something bigger. It's Season 5 MO WIFF Championship, and as we've done in the past, this will be a fully edited series. So you're going to get a last pitch edit, which will be a lot of fun. You're going to see a lot of different video aspects from different sides. We have a whole team that's going to come in here and really put in a lot of work for you guys. So I know our championship is this Thursday, September 25th. But that video will not be ready to be released right away. Obviously, it's going to take us a little bit of time. This is not our full-time job. So don't be rushing us. We want to make sure this is perfect, not only for us, but for you guys as well watching. We don't want to take too long because we know people are going to get antsy. They want to see. But make sure you're tuned into all of our social media accounts. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and our YouTube. We're going to be posting a lot of graphics coming up about this championship series. And, Jason Worstenholm, who's been our bread and butter YouTube sensation guy, he's going to be doing a lot of the grunt work here with editing this video. So very excited for that to come out once that gets all done. But what we would really love is for a lot of people, players, fans, anyone, come out to Miracle Field in Chesterfield on Thursday, September 25th. We're going to start games. I think right now the plan is first pitch no later than 6:30, but we do not have a set time. We want to get there early. Do a lot of pregame ceremonies. There's going to be a lot going on here for this championship series. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a couple of special things planned, not only for our video, but for our teams as well. But we want to send them off and really just congratulate both teams and have a lot of people that are celebrating what an amazing season this has been. So make sure you're following along so you can, when those videos pop out, or it might all be one video, we're still kind of deciding. But either way, that video is going to be phenomenal. We're going to be putting a lot of work into this to make this not only our best video of this year, but our best video that we've ever done. Hopefully that is the case. And I think it's going to be a really great series. Two great teams, both coming from the National League. One obviously won the division, but both these teams were very highly ranked coming into this season, and they've proved it all year long. And they deserve our support, not only from our players, but also from our fans. So if you can, come out and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And outside of the championship series, as the commissioner, I do just want to say thank you to everyone who made this season possible. It has been unbelievable, the amount of growth and success that we've had this year. So for me personally, thank you to, number one, all of our teams, all of our players, our captains, all of our fans for watching. Thank you guys. We can't do this without you either. Our families for letting this happen, letting our players come out every Thursday night. Our kids for coming out and supporting us too. Thank you to my wife for letting me do this, even though she won't watch this. But I had to shout her out. But what an amazing season this has been, and Thursday is gonna put a bow on it. And we still do have one more event after the championship with our All-Star game. But this is the culmination of really our season, and we want to celebrate it the right way. And I'm very excited for you guys to see it. I'm very excited to be there, and we can't wait. So, for myself, I'm Commissioner Cam Smith. I got one more thing to say. This one's for you, Q. Peace out from Bar O'Brien.